Hi, I'm Dan Yaden with GreenGuard, and I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we've just completed wrapping this house with GreenGuard Raindrop Building Wrap. And now we're ready to show you the next step, how to install GreenGuard Flashing. This is Lee Fuller of Pinnacle Window and Siding Company. They'll be handling the install today. How's it going, Lee?
It's going great, Dan. We've got our windows, we have our GreenGuard Flashing, we're ready to go.
Well, excellent. Now, flashing is very important because it prevents water from getting into the walls. In fact, isn't it right that most building codes require us to flash all window openings?
That's correct, and most window manufacturers also specify the use of flashing.
Now, if you watch our building wrap installation video, you'll see how to cut the wrap and fit it to prepare for the flashing. Well, Lee, what do you think? Shall we get started on this thing?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. Start by trimming the building wrap at the windowsill and jambs to expose about 3 inches of wood. This will help the flashing adhere better. You'll also want to make sure the surface area is free of dirt and moisture. Next, cut a piece of GreenGuard flashing to cover the sill. Make sure it extends about 4 inches out from the corner on each side. The flashing is self-adhering, so you'll need to slowly peel off the release paper, making sure the flashing doesn't curl and stick to itself. Use a knife to make a diagonal cut in the flashing at a corner of the sill, and slowly lower the flashing until it's flat against the sill. Do the same at the other corner. Then smooth out the flashing so there aren't any wrinkles. We'll talk more about removing wrinkles a bit later. I wonder if that stuff would work on my face. To complete the seal, cut a small section of flashing to create a butterfly patch. Install a patch at each corner. Now, we've covered the advanced adhesion method of flashing, but there's also an alternative method that's also acceptable, where the wrap is cut and folded around the jamb area and fastened behind. But the preferred method is really the advanced adhesion method because it leaves more wood exposed to flash to and you get a better seal. We've reached the point that we're ready to install our window. It's critical that you follow the manufacturer's installation instructions or you could void the warranty. If you see that our flashing instructions are different than the manufacturer's window instructions, be sure to get their approval to follow the GreenGuard method prior to installing your windows. Once the window is installed, it's time to flash the jambs or sides of the windows. Begin by cutting a piece of flashing that's long enough to extend from above the window down to the sill, overlapping the sill flashings by about 4 inches. You'll always want the upper pieces of flashing to overlap the lower ones. Each time you install a piece of flashing, don't forget to check for wrinkles. You want the seal to be watertight. If you have a small wrinkle, you can press it down firmly to seal it. If you end up with big wrinkles, try lifting the flashing up and placing it down again. Sometimes the flashing can get too badly wrinkled or even damaged. In that case, just remove it and install another piece. Now you're ready to flash the top or head of the window. Remember that during the building wrap installation, we cut and folded the wrap up and out of the way. This allows for easy installation of the flashing at the header. Again, make sure it extends about 4 inches past each side and overlaps the jamb flashing. The final step is to fold down and seal the building wrap flap. You'll need to tape the diagonal cuts using flashing or GreenGuard contractor tape. If the building wrap is being used as your primary air barrier, like it is on this house, you'll also need to seal the flap completely. Just run a piece of contractor tape across the entire window head. Otherwise, you can skip tape the header with a couple of small pieces of tape or flashing. Of course, windows are not the only wall openings that need to be flashed, but the same principles would apply to, say, a rough opening for a mounting box. You'll need to trim the building wrap like you did for the window rough opening and temporarily tape the upper flap. Put in the mounting box. Then install the flashing starting at the bottom, followed by the sides, and finally the top. Lastly, fold the flap down and tape the diagonal cuts. Well, those are the basics for installing GreenGuard Flashing. For more detailed installation instructions, visit www.green-guard.com. Well, Lee, you've done a great job in helping us show how to put GreenGuard Flashing on a home. I'd tell you to take the rest of the day off, but I think you've got a few more windows to flash.
Yeah, we do, Dan, but we had a great time working with you today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And be sure to visit our YouTube channel and subscribe for other great GreenGuard installation videos. I'm Dan Yaden, and I'll see you next time. And I'm out of here now because the rain is coming.